It's hard though because so many of the lightning items are for completely different classes. So it's like you can choose whatever class you want and then just stack some lightning gear on them. Because you can get shock charges for pretty much anything. Because I've had monk lightning stuff, I've had heavy armor lightning stuff, I've had two-handed weapon lightning stuff, I've had dagger lightning stuff. Tempest cleric can use them all. That's hilarious. Plus, Tempest already has the bonus of lightning damage, I think. Or lightning resists, or something. This is an interesting blade. Slight, just a hair less damage. But the 1d8 on that one is only for full HP enemies. Whereas the 1d4 on this one is for anything. Wait, are rapiers two-handed? Why can you only carry the rapier? I mean, if that's the case, that's a better layout. You cannot have an offhand if your main hand is not light. Oh. I've been wanting to get him the dual wield perk anyway, because the dual wield perk also removes the damage reduction on your offhand. All right, I tell you what, hold on to this for now. First blood is better anyway. Yeah, because he usually gets first hit. Okay.
Quiet. I'm thinking.
Drugnin near. Glad you offed him. Ain't no one divides the clan and lives to tell the tale.
Let's get going.
The past is nearer than we think. Well, let's see what you've got.
Someone said elixirs are permanent until the next long rest. Is that correct? Like 200 gold shy. Do I need anything or should I take stuff back? Or until I drink it. Okay, yeah, fair. Lightning resistance, fire resistance. Potion of Fly. How long does Fly last? Is it just one turn? Not very useful, it's just one turn. Necrotic resistance. Can always do and increase my reputation. Ten turns? Oh, 10 turns isn't bad. My highest charisma is my warlock. Yeah. Warlock's got charisma for days, bro.
That's all then.
Alright, where is my potion bag? Back to lurking. Have fun. I'm not going anywhere. I have a couple of extra bags here. That's your cell bag. You don't need this pouch. I don't need these bags. You don't need that pouch. Send all those to camp. Okay. That to camp. Okay.
Can't give up now.
I like how I killed that guy and like
Breathe deep
literally
and
nobody
move.
cares. They're just kind of like, eh. I'm glad you killed that nerd. Harper stash, I did that. I never figured out how to find that smoke powder reserve. I did her hiding spot. I found that. Smoke powder reserve is below where I am right now. Okay, it's on this level. How did I get back there? Is that where the dripping acid is? That's the elevator. Oh, I never went in here.
That might be worth a look.
What am I seeing?
I'm way too big.
I had something that made me small. Oh, there's also this.
That's curious.
Or that. Was it just smoke powder? Oh. I thought it was that cool shit. I mean, smoke powder's good, but... Alright, I guess now I can leave?
Wait.
Alright, let's head back to the Myconoid colony.
Personal research progressing.
Receiving from other minds is difficult to emulate.
We go up here.
Peacebringer, be at home.
You see this guy yet? I've brought you Nir's head.
The Drow sought to shatter our circle. Now his flesh may feed its growth.
These
In
mushrooms.
dealing death, you have brought this circle life, and thus we name you Life Chanter.
Yeah, they're
As our
mushroom people.
circle grows, so shall your song. Wherever you go, only listen, and you may hear it.
Sovereign Spa rewarded you with for finding Nir's head with Envoy's Amulet. Voice of the Circle. Grant an ally +2 bonus to persuasion checks. Does that include me? Can I grant it to myself? There we go. Sometimes it doesn't want to put stuff on for some reason. I'm assuming when I'm trying a persuasion, there'll be a thing that says Envoy's Amulet. Grant this? Like, cast this spell? There's also a bunch of, like, if I have the Absolutes brand, and there was earlier in the game where I could have branded myself. Chose not to. No, I'm guessing these can probably get sent into camp now. Free up her weight limit. £10. 2, 6, 10, 7. Alright. Help the cursed monk. She lives at the Open Hand Temple in Worm's Crossing. I don't know where that is. Rescue Wolbrin. He's at Moonrise. Adamantine Forge. We found it. Now we just need to figure out how to activate it. Chosen of Shar. Okay, that's stuff with her. Alright, let's take a look at this. We gotta go to Baldur's Gate for that. The vampire he wants us to deal with is Baldur's Gate. Yeah, the Yankee we can still do. We can do that here. The drow abducted him. He's at Moonrise. Okay. We need to go to Baldur's Gate for her. Bridge to the ancient temple has been destroyed. There must be another way in. Okay, we'll worry about that later. Rescue the Grand Duke. Help the cursed monk. Free the artist. He's going to be in Baldur's Gate. Fresh. And parasites. Okay, so really the only thing we can do now is the Yankee Crash and then Moonrise. Let's go do a long rest though. It has been a long time since I've had a long rest. A really long time. Okay, the Githyanki Crash is near Joaquin's Rest. That's weird. It's weird to say that because my father-in-law's name is Joaquin, but not it's spelled completely different.
No one's stopped me yet.
Alright. Boot camp.
Oh, hi.
Love to be able to touch you properly.
Where would you start? You give me chills, baby. No mean feat at my temperature. Gods, we better find a way to cool me off soon. I'm not sure how much more of this I can take.
Okay. I thought there would actually be like a conversation there. No.
Lady of Sorrows, guide us. Did you want something?
Does she have more like...
What are you thinking about?
Okay, that's all it is. Cool you down, touch you, or leave. She doesn't want to, like, have a conversation. She doesn't want to get to know me better. What's her thoughts on me? Oh. Relationship is very good. She is happily and easily convinced. Fair. Neutral. Yeah, he's not super hot on me, but tough shit. He just doesn't like the fact that I'm, like...
Fate spins along as it should.
Semi-good.
Dost thou require a new ally? Or mayhaps a resurrection instead?
I don't actually need either of those. Yeah, not to be rude, what are you?
There are many answers to that question. None are important.
Skeletons aren't supposed to be able to talk.
Correct.
You gonna explain any further?
No.
Okay. Could you imagine attacking him? He's level 1 with 1 hit point. Bet you if you attack him, he turns into like a level 20. He's like, let's go!
How can I help?
You ever think that if you ever feel the Netherese overtaking you, what are you gonna do?
If it should ever come to that, if I ever know I am no longer able to stop it, I will do anything I can to ensure no one but me pays for my mistakes. I will find the remotest place on the surface of Faerun, or perhaps far below in the depths of the Underdark. I will await that death, alone. I promise I will not betray your trust. You kept me by your side despite the menace that I am. If worst comes to worst, I will be long gone before the curtain falls.
I was wondering about the mighty lord you told me about.
Ah, yes. Karsus. Karsus was perhaps the most powerful wizard that ever lived. The child who would be a god, the elves called him. And he tried. With a spell of his own devising, he endeavored to usurp in one fell swoop the power of the goddess of magic. Mistral, she was called then. Imagine what it must have felt like. To be a god. To know yourself, to be untouchable. To be mistaken. As Karsus aimed his spell at her, she began to unravel. And with her, the entire weave. Too late did he realize what he had unleashed. It would have been the end of everything had not Mistral sacrificed herself. The goddess of magic is all magic. By dying, the entire weave was lost, and the spell that challenged a god failed. It was the end of Mistral. The end of Karsus, and the end of an entire civilization. As the child who would be a god was turned to stone, his empire came crashing down around him. The floating cities of Netheril were no more. An event that came to be known as Karsus's folly.
So at that moment in time, all magic was gone?
For a spell. Mistral was reborn as Mistra. Upon her return, the weave returned with her. Now, so many centuries later, I try to follow in the footsteps of Karsus. Not to destroy Mistra, but to prove my love for her. I tried to control only a fraction of the magic that was unleashed that fateful day. I merely sought to return one tiny diamond to an imperfect crown. Gale's folly, one might call it. History, repetition. It's the way things go.
Neat.
Well met.
What is it like being the son of a Grand Duke?
Not so enchanting as you'd think. The Portiers, the Caldwells, they were the blue bloods hosting the fancy balls and drinking from gold goblets. Father's the son of a blacksmith, born with barely a coin in the coffers. He made a name for himself among the Flaming Fist. Brave as Baldur and stubborn as a deep Rothay. Daring, outspoken, but hardly posh. I spent more time dueling with father than I did rubbing elbows with lords. Not to say I didn't develop a taste for good wine and the talent for courtly dance.
Now you're the blade of the frontiers. Quite a change, huh?
Yes and no. Father taught me the 4 pillars of power. Courage, insight, strategy, justice. He reckoned I'd follow in his footsteps. First as a fist marshal, then as a duke. Vanquish evil, maintain order, save the world. But a duke makes bedfellows with more monsters than he slays. Father called it diplomacy. I called it hypocrisy. In the frontiers, there is no posturing, no diplomacy. I slay monsters, I don't consort with them. Even if I might look like one.
Hello. What can I do for you?
Tell me about your history.
Why do you insist on exhuming the past? I was a slave. A vampire spawn. Kept by the Tsar family. Perhaps I still am. I was never able to resist their commands. But now, I've been conveniently lost. They won't ever control me again.
Neat.
Speak.
Okay.
Oakfather's blessings to you.
I found the stronghold in the Underdark, a place called Grimforge.
Impressive. Most would quake at the mere thought of delving that far into the Underdark. What did you find?
Absolute followers.
Keep looking. If they're present, then it's likely there's a route to Moonrise somewhere. It may prove impossible to avoid the Shadow Curse entirely. But if you find any way to limit your exposure, seize it.
Well, I did find it. Seems like you feel responsible for the Shadow Curse.
Well, there's hardly anyone left to share the responsibility with. Few who witnessed the fall of Moonrise still draw breath. What Ketheric Thorm unleashed is not something that nature can undo by itself. I must do what I can. I studied the Shadow Curse for years, but to truly understand it and stop it, I must reach its source.
Do you know how the Shadow Curse can be stopped?
Perhaps. But we'll need to get closer before I can put my theory into practice. Put it from your mind for now. Once we near the curse, then there will be more to be said.
Okay. How do you know so much about this parasite?
I studied one up close. Closer than most would care to be to those things. A drow attacked me and I defended myself. Afterwards, I was able to examine the tadpole that emerged. Hideous, but fascinating. Like nothing else in nature, I'm glad to say.
At the celebration with the tieflings, I hope I didn't come over too strong.
There are few things that are too strong for me. And cast those regrets aside. You did not get caught up in the moment. You seized it. In other circumstances, I would have done the same.
I'm glad I didn't leave a bad impression.
A bad impression? Impossible.
How are you faring out here at the camp?
With such stimulating company? Never better.
Still faring well?
With such stimulating company? Never better.
They want something else because everybody... Yeah, okay, now it's the... Because with everything else, there's... there's a like, do you want to join my group? So weird that it does that sometimes. Shrink that to there. Do I need greater healing potions? Here's a question. Do they use the same ingredients? Ashes of balsam and any salt. Rogue morsel and any suspension. No, they don't. Oh, yeah, they do. Because it uses the salt. Oh, well. Rip! Oh, well. That's fine. Good enough. Right now, people have stuff to talk about.
Speak.
Well, some of them do. He does.
Looking at something?
Just looking at what you were doing.
I'm looking too, but not seeing very much. Another quirk of my affliction.
You miss seeing your own face?
Preening in the looking glass. Petty vanity. Of course I miss it. I've never even seen this face. Not since it grew fangs and my eyes turned red.
What color were they before?
I don't know. I can't remember. My face is just some dark shape in my past. Another thing I've lost.
Stare into his eyes, taking in every detail. For you, maybe, but I like what I see.
And what do you see? Exactly.
The mole definitely grabs my attention. Let's say the creases when you laugh.
Excuse me, I'm an eternally young vampire, not your doting grandmother. You can do better. What else?
The dangerous smile, I guess?
Very good. Now just tell me I'm beautiful and we can call it a day.
Yeah. Karlach is beautiful. You're fine, though.
How dare you? I thought we had something special. Still, you're nice too. I better get some beauty sleep. It seems I need it if I'm to catch up with the competition.
Stop. No, but keep going. That's exactly the kind of person he is. Stop. Why'd you stop?
May the darkness protect you.
Okay. Let's talk about what's happening to us.
Fine. What's on your mind?
What do you think about what happened in the Druid Grove?
I suppose some would commend our actions. Goblins would have razed that whole place to nothing if it weren't for us. No excuse to rest on our laurels, though. We've still got our own problems to contend with.
How am I holding up?
I don't think I've ever had a confidant quite like you. And if I have, I can't remember them.
Question is the I want to get you know you more, is that the start the romance thing? Because if it is, I don't want to do that. But I want to make sure it's not like, no, you just start asking questions about their past. I'm like, I'd like to do that.
Well met.
even in such fraught times as these. There's peace to be found in the stillness as evening draws in. I used to while away many hours just like these with my companion, though in far comfier surrounds. She preferred it when we were alone, curled up before a crackling hearth with some ancient, esoteric tome between us. Ink glinting in the firelight.
Is he wearing like velour? What is that? Are you talking about your cat?
By a Gerorn's lost nose! No! Tara is not any cat. She's a Tressum. And given your confusion, I'm guessing you've never met one. They're brilliant creatures. Fine company for any self-respecting wizard. Should be proud to see me keeping such fine company. The savior of those poor tieflings, no less.
Belt, yeah.
I've given her precious little to be proud of recently. After I was afflicted with my condition, I locked myself in my tower for an entire year. I was inconsolable, wallowing in my self-inflicted tragedy. I'd given up on myself. But Tara never did. It was her encouragement, her research that led me to my treatment. Once we knew that magically infused items were the key, she went out to find them for me. She saved my life. She has a good heart. She'd recognize the same in your actions here. I'm sure she'd approve of me lending myself to your efforts.
Must be very smart to have done all that. So, answer my question, Lucis.
Smart does her a disservice. She's a fine wizard in her own right, though somewhat held back by her lack of opposable thumbs. You remind me of her somewhat. There's a steeliness in you, an unwavering tenacity, even in the face of, to be frank, quite dire odds. Wish she were here for me to make a formal introduction. But I would never ask her to undertake such a journey. She's safer at home. Besides, she was always telling me I needed to spread my wings, so to speak. Find mortal friends instead of hanging onto Mistra's coattails. So that's what I'm doing. I hope.
Let's go! Pre-broken! That's amazing. That makes it easier. Thank you. What if she doesn't like me?
Oh, she'll love you. So long as you don't rub her belly. She hates it when anyone does that.
Not as much as I hate talking about cats. She sounds great, but I was hoping I meant more than you than just an animal companion. Oh, I don't want to do that. Wow, it's either hit on him again, or insult him. Why is there not an option to, like, gently find my way out of this conversation? All right, do you like having your belly rubbed? That's, for some reason, that feels like the least, like, coming on to him.
The pleasures I experienced in Mistra's embrace go far beyond the thrill of having one's tummy tickled. I remember once, she took the smallest piece of the weave and made it into... Wait, are you saying... I see. Then perhaps we see each other in the same light after all. A resplendent one, flush with warmth and anticipation. But one which I must shy away from, for now. With my condition as volatile as it is, I fear any undue excitement may tip it over the edge, so to speak. Go, enjoy your evening. Nothing better for the heart than a good night's rest. And mine is gladdened to know I'll have the pleasure of your company again come morning.
God, everybody is so horny in this game. It's so hard not to get people to want to sleep with you. It's like at every turn they're like, oh shit, yeah, you want to bang? Let's go. And you're like, bro, calm down. No, I don't.
Oh, hi.
Okay. Nothing to talk to her about. I like swapping her out to this outfit because it makes it so that you can see more of her infernal engine.
What are you thinking about?
Yeah, you see what I'm talking about?
Yep. Her.
Yeah, how it's all like glowing and shit. Okay, so let's rest. God, so much fucking food, dude. I need 4. There we go.
I promised I'd be back. Don't worry. I have things under control. For now. I see you've been using the powers the tadpole gives you. Good. But things haven't gone as you expected. You hoped a druid as powerful as Halsin might be able to remove your tadpole. But he couldn't. You're desperate to be rid of it. Understandable. But you're looking for solutions in the wrong places.
So what should I be doing?
Your parasite is unusual. It is wrapped in magic that prevents its removal. Until the source of the tadpole's magic is destroyed, any attempt to remove it will kill you. You were lucky that Halsin knew this. His instincts are right. The parasites were merely a symptom of a greater sickness in Faerun.
What is this sickness?
The absolute aims are not yet clear to me. But its progress towards domination is clear. These parasites are more than illithid spawn. They are vessels for control. The infected hear the voice of the Absolute and believe it to be a god. That is how the cult of the Absolute is spreading. The highest of their rank, the true souls, carry a tadpole just like yours. It is how they receive their orders. It is what makes them obey. When the order to transform is given, it will not be a matter of days. They will be mind flayers in an instant. Were it not for my protection, so would you.
So Lucid, answer my question from earlier, would you? Is me saying I want to get you know you better, is that starting the romance stuff on her? Or is that actually like asking her to open up about her history and stuff like that? Who are you?
It's complicated, but I'm an adventurer. Just like you. Just like you, I was infected with a Mind Flayer parasite. Just like you, I seek to be free of it. I've been trying to escape from this evil for a long time. Once, I almost succeeded. Now, through you, I've been given a new chance. You can go where I cannot, and I can protect you from that evil. If we work together, we may turn this around. Hells. They need me. I have to go.
All right, let me give you a yes. Let me give you a two-part question to that. It's either one or the other. If I ask her that I want to get to know her better, is it want fuck or is it want info? Saying getting her to open up is both. Like, what kind of an answer is that? All right. Is there anything I can help you do?
No. I can handle this. For now. The power I used to protect you, I stole it from someone. They want it back. I will hold them off for as long as I can. But sooner or later, I will be worn down.
Okay.
You must discover the source of the magic that controls the parasites before that happens. The cultists are gathering at Moonrise Towers. Use the powers your parasite gives you to convince them you are one of them. And when you find the source of their magic, destroy it. Go. Our freedom depends on it.
I like how I ask him for clarification, and he uses the two words that were the most vague in the first answer. Open up. And I'm like, yeah, am I asking her to open up emotionally or open up informationally? Spread them legs or spread them lips? Well, that didn't help. Damn it. Like, I don't understand how you missed that part. Okay.
I had another dream. Which, I suppose, means you did as well. Whoever's reaching out to us truly does seem opposed to the Absolute, but wants us to embrace the tadpole. Venture right into the heart of the cult. Perhaps we truly have a secret protector. Or we're walking into a trap.
What do you mean, what the fuck? Tell me more about Mother Superior.
I'm not sure what else I can say, at least until I can remember more. She taught me, trained me, punished me. Often, I think I feel her influence when the wound pains me. Not even memories, just glimpses, impressions. Perhaps the wound is her doing, something Lady Shah bid her to do. I don't know.
Okay, I'm gonna do it. I want to get to know you more.
You already know my biggest secrets. What more can you ask?
Okay, thank you. That's what I was looking for. What drew you to Shar worship?
She took me in when no one else would. Without her, I wouldn't be alive. She's my mother. She nurtures me, cares for me, loves me. Don't believe the lies the Selûnites tell.
Tell me something besides Shar and tadpoles.
What? Besides my life's calling and the greatest problem I've ever faced? Well, I like night orchids and can't swim. Is that the sort of thing you meant?
Really? You've flown between the planes of existence and you've never swam?
It's nothing to laugh at. Save your questions if that's how you're going to react. No, I can't. Quite literally, I mean. With my memory suppressed, I can't betray Shah's secrets. But I can't remember much of myself either. If I manage to return to Baldur's Gate and fulfill Shah's mission, then my memories will be restored. Of course. It is an act of faith, not to be undertaken lightly. Shah will reward me when I succeed.
Okay. I'm gonna double check with everybody.
Another visit from the Golden Paladin. It said we'll get the answers we need about the tadpole if we infiltrate the cult.
Yeah. Yeah, we need to be discreet. The powers will help.
It's a fair point. I just don't want to take a short-term boon. I want to win this whole thing. To finish off the cult. To get this tadpole out. To stay sane the whole time.
I mean, yeah, kinda.
I had another visit from that dream figure. I take it you did too. It claims that if we infiltrate the heart of the cult that's giving out these parasites, we'll find the answers we're looking for. It gave me another gift, too. Just like it did the first time it appeared. Rather generous, if you ask me.
We must be discreet and the tadpole can help us.
And if that fails, then there's always killing them quietly. Now, was there anything else?
Nope.
Another dream. Another order from that dubious visitor. It announced that we will find the answers we seek in the Absolute Cultist's lair, and offered another generous gift. A persuasive creature. It tempts us with power, expresses its admiration, its adoration. Avert your eyes whenever it appears, and do not avail yourself of this new power, no matter how alluring. You've no idea what damage it could do to us, how far into illithid madness it could drag us.
I think the dream figure was right. Follow the cultists and we'll find the source of our tadpoles.
Yes, the one truth that fell out of its cankered lips. There will come a battle, but it will be one with swords, not mind games born of brainworms.
Okay. These dreamers linger in my... who did the body model for Asterion? I have no idea. You think the strange figure will come back?
It is a certainty. I had assumed our parasites served a Geich elder, but I believe they serve a greater master still.
The Absolute is the master, I'm sure of it.
Perhaps. Absolute may be a mere pseudonym behind which this master hides. Whatever this voice, whomever this master, it dominates dreams and unites minds.
His face looks familiar. Look it up. Well, that's not helpful. Yep. Baldur's Gate 3 used scans of real faces to create models. Well, I don't want to click on the wiki about him because that'll give me a whole bunch of information about the character I don't want. I don't know.
I had another dream last night. The visitor came to me and ordered me to penetrate the heart of the very cult that's spreading the infection.
Gross.
It gave me a tadpole gift too, just like it did the first time it appeared. I suppose it hoped this would help. At first, I thought we should avoid these gifts no matter what advantage we gain. And yet, I can't help recall the words of my father. The best plan is the one that works. These powers could be enough to edge us towards victory.
Yeah, we need these powers to infiltrate the cult.
Very well. If it's mind games these parasites wish to play, we'll play. And we'll win.
I've been dreaming of our enigmatic visitor again. She told me our purpose was to take on this cult of the Absolute, to infiltrate its ranks and bring it down from the inside. She even offered me greater powers, the result of some manipulation of the tadpole's psionic abilities. Given the magnitude of what we're up against, I see no harm in considering the benefit this offer might afford us. Could be the only way to reach this source in one piece.
You're right, we need to use them.
As existential evils go, the Absolute certainly seems an adversary worth halting in its tracks. Any opportunities for us to indulge our tadpole's capabilities are hardly on the same scale. Trifles, when one considers the bigger picture.
Alright. I'm thinking I need to sit Asterion down and take Lae'Zel. Since we're gonna do the Kresh stuff.
Well, hello. What can I do for you?
Stay here.
Oh, darling, I'm hurt. I guess I'll spend my evenings lounging here while you do all the hard work. It sounds awful.
Speak.
Join me.
It is done.
You level her up. New feat. Okay. You gain full hit points every time you take a short rest. That's actually interesting. Let's think about that one for a minute. You learned 2 maneuvers from the Battlemaster subclass and gained a superiority die to fuel them. Savage Attacker could be really good. When making melee weapon attacks, you roll your damage dice twice and use the higher result. I also like Sentinel. Let's go with Savage Attacker.
Oh, enough waiting. I crave blood.
Damn.
One true way.
Alright, do you have enough bags? I'm gonna give you another pouch just in case.